Standard 7th, Subject Science, Lesson number 15, Materials we use. Let's discuss what is meant by natural and man-made materials. See children, natural resources or natural materials are the materials that are naturally found around us. We may have to dig them out of the ground, grow them, or take them from living things. Okay, it means in short we can say these are naturally available things. Whereas man-made resources or man-made materials are natural materials that are changed through chemical processes by men. Next is make a list of natural and man-made substances you see around you. Which things you see around you? Natural things like wood, fiber, metals, soil and water you can say. Yes, these all are the natural things, okay, or natural materials. Then man-made materials are plastic, glasses, all these things are man-made. Now children, which substances were used earlier for cleaning teeth? Do you know? Yes, in olden days, acacia bark, neem twigs, coal powder, ash, tooth powder, salt, pomegranate rind, and powder of shells were used to clean teeth. And nowadays, what we all are using? Toothpaste or tooth powder, right? And you can see many advertisements also like this toothpaste or this tooth powder is good. Okay, so there is variety of toothpaste and tooth powder is available now. Okay, now toothpaste, we will discuss few more points about toothpaste. Principal ingredients of toothpaste. Principal ingredients means what? Main ingredients: calcium carbonate, calcium hydrogen phosphate. These two ingredients are the main ingredients in each and every toothpaste. What are the functions of these two things? To remove dirt on teeth and to polish the teeth. Now, fluoride is also present in the toothpaste. Fluoride is essential for strengthening of bones and the enamel of covering of teeth. A certain proportion of fluoride in the toothpaste helps to prevent tooth decay. Okay, that's why fluoride is present in the toothpaste, but it is in proper proportion. Now, source of fluoride. It is naturally occurring element and it present in all the water resources. In tooth powder and toothpaste, the fluoride is added in the form of magnesium fluoride. It is absorbed in the covering of teeth. Next point is detergent. What is meant by detergent? Yes, a detergent is a substance that cleans or wipes away dirt. Examples: soap nut, that is Rita, in common name is Rita, and soap pod, common name is Shikakai. Then soap, washing soda, washing powder, liquid soap, shampoo. These all are the examples of detergent. Now let's discuss about action of detergents. See children, look at this figure. In this figure you can see molecules of detergent, molecules of water and molecule of oil. The molecules of detergent are long and The property of its two ends are different. Both the ends of one molecule of detergent is different. Now what is the property? The property is at the one end it holds water molecule and at the other end it holds oil molecule. And because of this, one molecule of detergent also can hold water molecule as well as oil molecule. Okay, and because of this property of holding both the things, both the molecules, soap water spreads easily on many types of surfaces. Next is surface activity. What is surface activity? The property of substance of spreading on a surface is called surface activity. Surface activity means what? Spreading on surface. And the substance is said to be surfactant. Detergents are surface active and lather formation is an effect of surface activity. Next point is natural detergents. What is natural detergent? Detergents which do not have any harmful effect on human skin or on silk and woolen threads and cloth are called natural detergents. Examples of natural detergents are soap nut, that is Rita as we have discussed, and soap pod, that is Shikakai. Soap nut and soap pod contains a chemical named saponin. Saponin chemical is present in soap nut and soap pod. Next point is man-made detergents. Natural detergents are Rita and Shikakai. Now man-made detergents. Soap. It is man-made detergent being used since ancient times, about 2000 years ago. In those days, soap was prepared by using animal fat and wood ash. Next is types of soaps. First one is hard soap. It is used for washing clothes and it contains sodium salt of fatty acids. Another type is soft soap. It is used for bathing and potassium salt of fatty acids are present in this. Next point, synthetic detergents. What is meant by synthetic detergent? These detergents are obtained from raw materials like fats and kerosene after a variety of chemical processes. And it has long structural units. Mainly these synthetic detergents are mainly used in cosmetics and can be used in hard water also. Okay. Let's discuss about preparation of soap. See children, we'll discuss this experiment as it is. Okay. However, it is given like that same. It is given in textbook as it is. We will discuss it. Okay. Materials for preparation of soap. Which materials are required? 15 gram sodium hydroxide, 60 ml coconut oil, 15 gram salt, perfume, a glass rod, beaker, tripod, wire gauze, burner, water and mold. Procedure: take 60 ml coconut oil in a beaker, dissolve 15 gram sodium hydroxide in 50 ml water, mix the sodium hydroxide solution in the oil slowly while stirring it with a glass rod. Heat the mixture and boil it for 10 to 12 minutes, stirring it all the while. Take care that the mixture does not boil over while heating. Dissolve 15 gram salt in 200 ml of water. Pour this solution into the above mixture and stir. The soap formed by the chemical reaction now floats on the water. After some time, it becomes thick. Now, separate the thick soap and add the perfume to it. Shape the bar of soap using the mold. In the above process, fat and alkali combine to form salt or fatty acids. Chemically, soap is a sodium or potassium salt of fatty acids. See children, few chemicals are required for this. So we can't perform this experiment now. But whatever is written, okay, at least you try to understand the theoretical part. Okay. Now, what are the materials used for construction? You know very well that sand, limestone, cement, soil, mud, bricks, all these things are required for construction. Now look at these figures, look at these pictures. These are three different types of houses. Okay. Which one is strong? Which structure is stronger? Yes, correct. Last one, right? And why it is stronger? Because cement, concrete, bricks, all these things are used in that. Let's discuss about cement production. Cement is an important material in construction, right? Cement is made from silica, that is sand, alumina, that is aluminum oxide, lime, iron oxide and magnesia, that is magnesium oxide. The dry greenish grey powder of cement has fine particles. Portland cement is one type of cement which is commonly used for construction, and it consists of 60% of lime, that is calcium oxide, 25% silica, that is silicon dioxide, and 5% aluminum. Next is aqueous cement or aqueous cement. Okay, aqueous cement and concrete was made by mixing volcanic ash and is moistened lime by Romans in ancient times. This is very durable cement. Okay. Now let's discuss about concrete. Cement, water, sand and gravel are mixed to make the concrete. A strong and leak-proof slabs are made by using certain other substances mixed with the concrete. Right? Concrete is very important for leak-proof slabs. Right? Let's discuss now what we have learned in this lesson. Summary of this lesson. We have discussed about natural and man-made materials. Then we have discussed about toothpaste, detergents, natural detergents, then man-made detergents, synthetic detergents, then action of detergents, right? Preparation of soap, cement production. Okay. So in this way we have completed this lesson. Thank you.